Alright, Algebra 2 Concept and Skills. Alright, Chapter 1 Tools of Algebra. Chapter 1 Study Guide. What is this chapter about? Valuing, simplifying algebraic expressions, solving linear equations, rewriting formulas, using verbal algebraic models to solve real-life problems, analyzing, representing data. Your keywords will be origin, graph, coordinate, opposite, reciprocal, base, exponent, power, numerical expression, variable, algebraic expression, term, coefficient, like terms, constant term, simplified expression, equation, linear equation, solution, mean, median, and mode, range, box, whisker, plot, lower quartile, upper quartile, histogram, and frequency distribution. Chapter 1:1 Real numbers and number operations. Goal: graph, order, and use real numbers. How does it get to the South Pole? Keywords: origin, graph, coordinate, opposite, reciprocal. Example 3 will show 5 lowest record monthly temperatures in South Pole. Least to greatest, use the list to find the lowest temperature. The number used often in algebra are real numbers. Even real numbers is either a rational number or an irrational number. Integers and whole numbers are subsets of rational numbers. So rational numbers are real numbers. Rational number can be written as ratio or of integers, or can be written as decimal through terminate or repeat. Irrational numbers cannot be written as ratios and integers, and cannot be written as decimals. that terminate or repeat. By real numbers, we can add points called on a real number line. The numbers increasing on the left or right with a point labeled 0 is the origin. The point number left corresponds with a real number, the graph of the number. Drawing the point on a graph number or plotting the point, the number corresponds to the point and line in the coordinate of the point. Inequality symbols. Number line can be used on the order of real numbers, and quality symbols less than, equal to, greater than, equal to can be compared in two numbers. Graph order numbers, real numbers. Opposite, reciprocal. The opposite or additive inverse of any number is negative a. The reciprocal of the multiplicative inverse or non-zero number a is 1 over a. When we add multiplying real numbers, several properties can help you. Property of addition and multiplication. We have the cumulative addition a plus b equals b plus a. Cumulative multiplication a times b equals b times a. Associative a plus b plus c equals a plus equals b times c plus a. Or multiplication a times b times c equals a times b plus c. Identity: a plus 0 equals a, or 0 plus a equals a. Multiplication: a times 1 equals a, 1 times a equals a. Inverse: a plus negative 0, inverse addition: inverse addition: a plus negative a equals 0. Multiplication: a times 1 over a equals 1, as long as a is not equal to 0. The following distributive property involves both indication of multiplication distributed. A times b plus c times a equals a plus a times b plus a times c. Subtraction, division. Subtraction is defined as adding opposites. Division is defined as multiplying by the reciprocal. Subtraction is a minus b equals a plus negative b. Division: a over b equals a times 1 over b, as long as b is not equal to 0. Checkpoint. Alright, 1-to-1 exercises. We're going to be skipping the exercises. Just read over what the skills are. 1-2 algebraic expressions and models. Lesson 1-1. You worked on addition, subtraction, multiplication, division lessons. When you will work with the exponent figures below. Show the exponents used to represent repeated factors of multiplication. 3 times 3 to the third. 3 times 3 to the first equals 3. 3 to the second equals 3 squared equals 9. 3 to the 3 cubed equals 27. 3 to the fourth, or factors of 4, equals 81. Exponent power tells you number times the base. 7 would be the base. 3 would be the x power exponent, and that to the power would be 7.7 times 7 times 7. Evaluate the powers and order of operations help avoid confusion. Evaluation. Numerical expression. Numerical expression consists of numbers, operation, graphics, or in grouping symbols. Step 1. Perform all the operations that occur within grouping symbols. 2. Evaluate the powers. 3. Perform multiplication, division, left to right. Step 4. Perform addition and subtraction from left to right. Algebraic expressions. A variable is a letter that is used to represent one or more numbers. A number that is used to replace a variable is a value of a variable. An expression involving variables is called an algebraic expression. When you replace variables, algebraic expressions with the numbers, you evaluate you are evaluating the expression, and the result is called the value of the expression. To evaluate the algebraic expression and substitute values of variables, then simplify using order of operations. An expression that represents real-life situations is a mathematical model. Unit analysis. You can use unit analysis to check your units make sense. Notice how units within the term can be canceled. 1-2 exercises. Quiz. 1-3 simplifying algebraic expressions. Goal: simplify algebraic expression. When we use the term algebraic expression to hamper the questions, the parts are added. The expression 2 times x is 2 times x plus 1. Parts of the added together 2x and 1 are called terms. In a term with a variable such as 2 times x or 5 times x squared, the number is a coefficient of the term. So -1 is the coefficient of x squared, and 4 is the coefficient of x. So that's the number before the variable. If there's no coefficient, then it's 1. Like terms expression have same variable to matching exponents. For example, 4x squared and 2x squared are like terms. The term x squared and x are not like terms. They have some variable but not the same exponents. Constant terms such as -3 and 2 are also considered like terms. Like terms are expressions that have same variables with matching exponents. Constant terms such as -3 and 2 are considered like terms. Simplified expressions. The distributed property lets you combine like terms, adding coefficients. An expression simplified has no grouping symbols and has all the terms have been combined. 2 algebraic expressions are equivalent when they substitute the same value for the variable in each expression. You always get the same result. For example, the expression 5x squared plus 2x squared and 7x squared are equivalent. Alright, 1-4, solving linear equations. As you climb the mountain, how can you estimate the altitude? Use the equation to find the climber's altitude based on the temperature. The equation is a statement that 2 expressions are equal. Equation is a statement in which 2 expressions are equal. Linear equation, one variable is an equation and can be written in the form ax equals b, where a and b are constant and a is not equal to 0. A number is a solution of the equation if the equation is true when the number is substituted for the variable. 2 equations are equivalent if they have the same solution. For example, the equation x minus 2 equals 1 or x x would be 3 equivalent. Both of the numbers 3 are the only solution. You can use properties of equality to solve equations. Properties of equality. To write an equivalent equation, you can use addition property to add the same number to each side. If a equals b, then a plus c equals b plus c. Subtraction property. Subtract the same number from each side. If a equals b, then a minus c equals b minus c. Multiplication property. Multiplication each side and by the same number, the same non-zero number. A equals b and c is not equal to 0, then a times c equals b times c. Division property. Divided to each side of the same number 0, and a equals b if c is not equal to 0, so then a divided by c equals b divided by c. Alright, 1.5, rewriting equations and formulas. Goal, rewrite the column formulas equations that have one or more values. The equation involves more than one variable. You can solve for one its variables. Simple common formulas are listed below. The distance formula, or D equals R times T, which would be the distance is equal to the rate times the time. Simple interest equals principal times rate times time. Temperature, Fahrenheit in degrees equals 9/5 degrees in Celsius plus 32. Geometry formulas. Perimeter of a rectangle is 2 lengths times 2 widths. Area is the length times the width. Triangle is equal to the perimeter area a plus b plus c. Sides a plus b plus c. Area is 1/2 times the base times the height. Trapezoids are 1 area is equal to 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Circumference is equal to circumference is equal to the pi times the diameter, or circumference is equal to 2 times pi times r. Area is pi times radius squared. Equation with two variables. Given an equation with 2 variables x and y, you can use either 2 methods to find the variable value of y for any given value of x. First, substitute for x, solving the resulting equation for y. First, solve for y, then substitute x. 1.6, problem solving using algebraic models. Goal, use problem solving strategy to solve real life problems. In previous lesson, have you seen how to solve real life problems? Write an equation in words before writing an equation using mathematical symbols. Equation written in words is called the verbal model. Verbal model is used to write a mathematical statement called an algebraic model. The key steps in problem solving a plan are shown in the flowchart. Write a verbal model, assign labels, write an algebraic model, solve the algebraic model, answer the question. And we're just going over the highlights and the key terms of these. Everything but just the terms and the no examples or questions. 1.7, analyzing and displaying data. Goals, use statistical measures and data displays to represent data. How many points for the game per professional basketball team normally score? Example 4, you use a box and whisker plot to help answer the question. 2 data sets below show the average number of points per game and the team of the National Basketball Association 2005. Now listen number through 94 proceeding to 102 in a Western Conference 89 to 108. Following measures current central tendency. The 3 commonly used statistics: mean, the average of the numbers, sum of the numbers divided by n. That means x to the number x first, x1, x2, the number of how many numbers of x. Then measure x plus all the numbers in the box over the number of numbers. Median of the number and the number of numbers, middle number of the middles are written in order. N is if the number is even. Median is mean of 2 middle numbers. Mode, the number of numbers of the number of the numbers that occur most frequently. There are one mode, no mode. There may be one mode, no mode, or more than one mode. Measures the dispersion. Measures essential tendency tell you the certain data is. Other commonly used statistics called measure of dispersion. They tell you how spread out the data are. One of the most dispersion is the range. It's the difference between the greatest and the least data values. Box and whisper plots. Although statistically useful in describing data sets, sometimes a graph of the data can be more informative. One type of statistical plot is a box and whisker. Boxes encloses the middle half of data sets, and the whiskers extend to the minimum and the maximum of the values. Median divides the data set in half. The lower quartile is the medium of the lower half, and upper quartile is the medium of the upper half. So you have the median, and then from the upper quartile and lower quartile, 1/8 frequencies distribution histograms. Cool data. Display the data frequency distribution histograms. How much money does a popular film earn during opening weekend? The data show the money earned for the opening weekend for the 20 films in the recent year. Displaying the data used either frequency distribution histogram can easily see the typical of the data. And it shows a digression from 108 to 31. The histogram is a special type of bar graph. Data values in a histogram are grouped in intervals with the same size with the number of the data values in each interval, the frequency of the interval. Before you draw a histogram, you need to determine the intervals, make the frequency of the distribution. A frequency distribution shows how many times the numbers in each interval occur in the data. Chapter 1, Summary and Review. We have origin, graph, coordinate, opposite, reciprocal, base, exponent, power, numerical expression, variable expression, algebraic expression, term coefficiency, lyric terms, constant terms, simplified expression, equation, linear solution, verbal model, algebraic model, mean, mode, range, box, whisker, lower quarter, upper quarter, histogram, frequency disruption. Vocabulary exercises. 1-1, real number in operations. 1-2, algebraic expressions and models. 1-3, simplifying algebraic expressions. Step 4, 1-4, solving linear equations. 1-5, rewriting equations and formulas. 1-6, problem solving using algebraic models. 1-7 through 1-8, box, whisper plots, and histograms. Chapter 1, test. Chapter 2, linear equations and functions.